Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gamble with SimplerOptions.com, and in today's free video, I want to discuss a few of the nuances around some of the strategies that we've been looking at in Netflix. Now, obviously, Netflix has had a very nice run over the course of the past several days, and as you start getting into this price level, I think it's something that everyone is looking at. Now, how you decide to look at it is entirely up to you. You could have some people that say that this is a bit extended here. You could have those that wanted to chop around 100, etc., etc. The only case that I'm trying to make for it at the moment is the idea that we could chop around 100 into Friday. We've obviously seen a very strong move into here. Thursday, I think, will be quiet as we get ready for Yellen's testimony on Friday. So how do we look to play Netflix? Well, the two strategies that I wanted to discuss with you here are both bullish, and the reason why I end up erring on that side of the trade is because you have the squeeze that has fired long. If you come in and you'd prefer to argue it to the short side, saying it has extended its range, etc., I actually wouldn't argue that side of it either. You can take the strategies we're going to discuss, flip them over to the other side, and do the exact same thing. But for the sake of clarity, we're going to address it from the bullish side. So the two things that I wanted to discuss with you, the first way, and I think how most people will usually look at these, would be the idea of positioning yourself with something like what we've done today in the chat room, and that is looking at it with a bullish butterfly, centering that around 100. Now we have picked this up. I'm going to show you where we've got it here, $3 wide. I'm going to do the 97, buy the 100, and then do the 103 on the opposing side. Currently the trade is going for a $1.24 debit. We picked it up today a little bit cheaper than that, around $1.07. But the main thing that I wanted to show you here is recognizing, where we are going to be profitable in something like this versus where it starts to become a problem. So whenever I get something like this into the Analyze tab, I like coming over and setting my slices to break even on the day of expiration. This just gives you a good idea of where you can trade inside and still be profitable. Now with this trade, this would actually side a little bit more for those people that say, Netflix is a little extended, and I don't think it's going to go much higher. Maybe it consolidates near 100. But you'll notice how if we start getting up above 102, this trade would not be profitable. And of course, if we fall below 98, that would be a problem. All in all, this is a good strategy if Netflix can continue to remain bid and consolidate here. What if something else happens? What if instead tomorrow continues to show strength and we start really pushing forward? This is where I like entertaining ideas by coming into 100, and you can't do these automatically just from the context menu because we are 50 cents below 100 and $1 above that, so it can skew these types of trades. Instead, I just start with the core strategy and then adjust the strikes as needed. So on this, I'm going to show you something similar. Now, let's only do it 2 wide here for the sake of discussion. But this is another way to structure your butterfly. Now this is the unbalanced fly, but what I like about this one is you're positioning yourself in a way that you only have risk in one direction. Now if this were to roll over, of course that's where this trade will hurt, but if it sits here and consolidates, how does this make money? The core part of the strategy is through the sale of the $100 puts, and if you think Netflix can at least hold that price into tomorrow, that trade actually offers some pretty decent theta. So we remove that first one, look at our price slices in relationship to it. And I think contrasting those is just a nice way of looking at, do I think it's going to keep moving higher? Do I think it's going to stay range bound? And comparing the two of those is a great way to analyze your butterflies. I was trying to get the put side of this into the close today and didn't get it. I'll see how the open acts tomorrow for the management of it, or trying to get it again. But I do think Netflix around 100 is a good idea into Friday. So that's one of the things that I'll be looking at. I also wanted to make you guys aware of a fresh webinar that we're going to be doing on Tuesday, May 31st. This is at slightly different times, so please make note of that. Usually it's going to be, later in the evening, but this is from 3 to 5 Central, and this is covering some of the things that John learned from Richard Branson when he had some time to spend with him. This is free for gold members, and if you'd like to join, obviously you can take part in that, or you can get the course for $197. So I think it'll be great. Obviously, I've gained a lot of knowledge from John. Anyone that John can get knowledge from is just that much more beneficial. So I hope you guys find that helpful. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you at the next free video.